This time I'm Mike Knobl Diggin. Today is Mike's birthday, so they have the 4th annual birthday hunt. Where do they go? The King's Land. The guys find lots of great stuff on this hunt. You gotta check this one out. Do you see all that ice? All that crystallized ice there. Yeah, this heavy-duty scraper could not cut through that particular ice. So I'm sitting here in the car and I'm waiting for it to defrost, and I thought I'd take this chance, this opportunity to tell you what it is we're doing today. Today is kind of a special day. This is the day after Christmas. Throughout the day, actually, I'm going to be using some new camera gear I got for Christmas. This is one of them. This one is the Hero 9 Black, so you have to let me know what you think about that. But we are also going to go on the 4th annual Mike Knobl birthday hunt. This is not one that's very easy for everybody to get away to do because it is the day after Christmas, but I appreciate those who are able to do it and set aside the time to do it. So we'll see how many people can actually come to this thing, how many of the Backcountry Diggers. I always have fun on this day. So far, the last 3 times we did it, we'd find some good stuff. I particularly would find some good stuff, and I'm hoping today is no exception. I found bucket listers on the birthday hunts. I'm going to put it out there. One of the big bucket listers I would really like to find is a shoe buckle. And it sounds like there's a possibility we're going to go to a location where I might possibly be able to find a shoe buckle. So here's hoping. So welcome to the 4th annual birthday hunt video. Here we go. Well, it's just 3 of us today. This is probably the smallest group hunt we've had so far for a birthday hunt. But we are at the King's Grantland. And if you think back a few videos back when we hunted out here before, we found 1700s house site. Found the chimney rock laying all over. Well, it's towards the end of December. We're hoping all that overbrush has died off, and we're going to swing around in there and see if we can find anything good. Well, Tracy did it early. He found a really good item. This is not colonial, but actually, right about there is where the rocks for the 1700s house was. That's the rocks for the chimney stack. So we're in a colonial era, but he just found Civil War. It's a cool button. It's a really cool button. Check this out. And you see that? That is the front of a button that is missing. The back, there's no shank, there's nothing. But what Tracy found is a block eye for infantry Civil War button. He found the front half of it. That is a fantastic find. A block eye. That's amazing. So what do you have to say for yourself for that?
I feel pretty good.
I would too.
It's only my maybe 3rd hole.
Your 3rd hole?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the first time you found one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a great piece. Congratulations,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Pasture fence where the big old dead tree. That big around.
I have to get in that woods yet. I want to see what's in there.
Start looking around it.
Did you find anything? Oh yeah? Well, let's show you what Tracy just brought over while he's looking. That is a chunk of lead. I don't know if this would be like a lead ingot that they would cut pieces off to make bullets or something, but it looks like there's an L and maybe part of an A or something in there. So that's kind of an interesting piece of lead.
I don't know what the
So I don't know.
is yet.
What a date. You got a coin?
Oh yeah.
I can't tell. 1887.
Gene. Gene.
I can't tell for sure.
Well, here, I'll trade you. I'll give you that back.
1887.
That's what it looks like. I can't tell for sure.
I'll take it.
There you go. That is a seeded quarter. That is a seeded quarter. Let's keep that on camera, okay? Let's get a date.
I searched around the spot.
I don't know if you can see that, but that date is 1861. Seeded quarter. That's going to be right at the very beginning of the Civil War, which could coincide with Tracy's black eye button that he found. 1861. That's cool, man. That is great. Tracy just came back over. He brought another relic. I really don't know what that is. It almost looks like a valve, but there's not a hole through there. This looks like some really old copper. Almost looks like it's trying to have some fancy around it. Alright, get you some better imagery of that. You can see those lines around there. What is that, guys? It looks very familiar to me. Man, that looks familiar. Like maybe we should know what that is, but I don't. Help us out. I like that, man, whatever it is.
Thank you.
Well, I think I just dug a bucket lister. I'm not sure it is what I think it is. But I want to tell you, of all the places that we've hunted throughout the history of this channel, all the old places, 1800, 1700 spots, I've seen these come out of the ground. I personally have never dug one. I think I dug one today. It rang up 42, I think it was, on the Deus. So let's check this out, and hopefully it is what I think it is. It's right down here. Right there. Now, this is not a big time bucket lister. It's just something I really just needed to find. Yet, sure enough, look at that. That is a toe tap. I have never found one before. Now, there's a good chance there might be a date right down the toe. I believe the Civil War era toe taps have the date. And we found some Civil War stuff here. I can't get to focus very well. There it goes. So let me clean this up and see if I can find that date. Well, I do not see a date on that toe. But that toe tap is one of the nicest I've seen come out of the ground. It's not squashed. Oh, there it is a little bit, but it's a nice shape. And I'm glad to finally get that relic off my back. I'm glad to find one. Well, I just found a couple interesting things. Found something really cool, and I found that a nail all bent up in the hole with it. So it's cool that I found what I found. So check this out. That is what I found in with that nail. Patented. It's a lock slide. This would slide over the lock hole, and it looks like it would have been a skeleton keyhole from the shape of this lock slide. I think that's really cool. I wish I could have found the lock with this. What's really cool about this, well, There it is. What's really cool about this is that right there is a stone mound from the 1700s chimney, and right over there are all the bigger stones, or much of the bigger stones, all laid out close, right near the edge of the woods here. So right here was a 1700s house. Then I found that. I don't know if that's 1700s or 1800s. That would be interesting to find out. Tracy found himself something kind of cool. It's a remnants of a sash buckle. You see, it's got some fancy around there. So that would have been a pretty thing back in the day. Some woman would have been proud of that. That's cool, man. It's really cool.
I thought it was just a piece of copper band or something.
Until you got down to the fancy, huh?
Yeah, this piece here was folded over. I folded it back. That's when I noticed that.
Well, I'm glad you did. We are getting ready to call it a day. So we had a good hunt. We enjoyed ourselves, didn't we? All right. Let's get out of here. Well, guys, we are back, and we're kind of looking, showing each other and showing Tom what we found out there on the hunt.
Grandkids come down by there.
Yeah, and we found some cool stuff. So let me show you what we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what that is?
Yeah, I see what it is. Confederate button.
Yep, black eye. The back is missing.
Under the power lines out there along the edge.
And you got yourself that dime. Can we see it?
Yeah.
There you go. Look at this. You saw this. This is a 1861 seed and quarter. 1861, right at the very beginning of the Civil War. Well, he came and he let us see it. Then he circled back around, found the same hole, swung over it again, right next to it. That was another little seeded dime. This one's 1840, 42? 41. So he found himself a seeded coin spill out there in the woods. Only Gene. That's amazing. Tracy did really good himself. He got himself a few pieces. What is that?
I think it used to be a shotgun stamp.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a shotgun head stamp. So he's got well, that's a I can't even keep it on camera. That's a spent lead bullet. Yeah, this is a interesting piece of lead. It may be a lead ingot for making lead bullets. I don't know. And his block eye, his Confederate block eye.
Piece of a truck or something.
Oh yeah.
Looks like the fifth wheel. And it had a axle on the bottom of it.
Okay, he's got himself a toy. Yeah, that block eye Confederate button. That is really cool. It doesn't have the back. And then he found himself. He doesn't have it laid out, but he found himself that buckle yet. So
I forgot about that.
and he found this thing. I wasn't sure what that was. It very well could be a valve from an engine. It looks like one. It could be that's what it was. So we found some really cool stuff, and I'm glad for it. It was a fun hunt. We enjoyed ourselves, and we came back with some cool stuff, and I'm thankful for that. So we did good. Well, guys, that was a good hunt. Found a lot of really cool stuff. It also turned out to be a little shorter than we really wanted it to be. You know, it's a great permission out there, but as it turns out, the landowners, they like to hunt out there, and they showed up unexpectedly, so we thought we'd get out of their hair and let them have their own property for deer hunting. After all, they are nice enough to let us in there to find those relics. So I'm glad for the time we had. We found some nice stuff, and I was thankful for that. Gene actually found a seated dime on top of that quarter he found. That's kind of an interesting story. What, you circled back around to that hole, weighed back over it, and found the dime right beside it? Oh, he's not talking to us now. Okay. Okay.
Probably a foot away, maybe.
About a foot away. Always check your holes. You might find something else there. So, we had fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. We enjoyed making it. Until next time, we'll catch you later. Bye.